Yo, what's up? What's good? What is happening? It has been a minute. How's everybody doing, man? It's Kyrie RV back with another drawing and finally another drawing video. And this time we have my boy Vegeta up in this mode.
Drop dead!
So yeah, let's hop into it. So we're here with the sketch now. The whole sketching phase I was a little iffy about because again I didn't want to, I'm still trying to manage how long I want a video to be and stuff like that. So, but I do feel like it is a very important process, and I think it's a very fair, fun process to show you guys what kind of goes on and how I'm indicating and finding proportions and how I want to construct the the overall composition. As you can see, Vegeta's face is a little bit darkened. I actually did the face on like a 11 by 14, so like a big drawing of his face alone, and it was going to be like what you see here, but I had to tone it down a little bit. I scaled it to like an appropriate size, and I'm just trying to use that as like the foundations, and I'm just sketching it out. Of course, I'm sketching the body, his arms, his waist, the hair, just over that. But I'm gonna re-ink it again when I re-ink everything else. Of course, as you can see in the little corner, like I did print out references, and I'm not too familiar with the anatomy yet, but I do have an idea on how muscles react to the movements in different positions and stuff like that. So the muscles was a bit challenging, like the arms and such. Like I feel like I made him a little bit too bulky, but I actually wanted that because he's flexing, so you know what I'm saying. Like I feel he's the one of the coolest characters to just pose up like that. But the way his arms are crossed, when you cross your arms, it's folded back a little bit. Like as you can see, one arm is kind of sticking out more than the other. Like nothing's really flat. Like they're not on the same level because the arm that underneath it is kind of pushing the other arm out. So it kind of messes with perspective a little bit, and I'm still not too keen on how perspective and proportions and how pretty much how everything relates to each other as far as movement. I mean, the hair was easy. I still have troubles with hair, but like I used a lot of references. I took references from different other artists, other compositions, other Vegeta pictures. I watched some of the anime, just kind of get an idea on how the hair is constructed and just proportions and stuff like that. And of course, I'm going back in with inks, just making, just lining everything up. I think I go back with like a 05 or a 03 or something like that. But I'm just using a small tip brush just to outline everything, especially with the facial features. I added some lines into the face that I'll later remove and subtract. Cause it just made him feel like a little too old. It looked like the wrinkles around his mouth. Because I wanted to indicate that that fierce expression of disgust or anger or whatever, but it made him seem like a little bit older than he's supposed to look like, considering how his eyebrows isn't so far down where it's indicating that fierce expression. So I'm still playing around with emotions and trying to indicate the appropriate and accurate facial the way the face should look, making that expression. Of course, inking again is like the most therapeutic process. You just line for line, just figure out how big the line should be, and just pretty much play with line weight. Line weight definitely adds quality to your piece. Different line weights really helps indicating of course, the weight, how heavy it is or how light it is. Yeah, the body armor was a challenge. The body armor was definitely a challenge, especially straight on shots. Just trying to get everything symmetrical, trying to make sure everything's even out, spaced out, correctly. It seems like I picked drawing with straight on shots, but I just can't help it sometimes. So I'm often just finding like and spending a lot of time on, you know, what is the right angle. Because when I flip the image, it just looks awful. Awful.
Pause.
So as you can see, the left illustration is the scan one, and the right one is actually vector lines. Now, how I did this, if I can remember, because I don't have Photoshop pulled up as of now, but when I imported the scan image into Photoshop, there's something that you can do in the channels area. Like you select the scan image that you want, and I think you go to channels and you go to paths. And with path, you can pretty much turn your ink scan drawing into vector lines, and it's like transforming ink image into digital art lines. And I thought that just blew me away. Like I figured that out. Cause I just wondered, like, yo, is there like a tool or a function in Photoshop that allows me to do this? So I found it. Oh my god, it's so good. It's like, yo, I can do digital art without like using my what is one of my digital tablets. I forgot the name of it. So like I can use that and not worry about, you know, pressure sensitivity, because I'm really bad at learning digital art right now. Like this, it's like learning how to draw all over again. But as a substitute, I can transform these lines into vector lines, and I think that's like super dope. Like it's so beautiful, like it's so convincing. You know what I'm saying? Like it's so convincing. And at this point, I'm willing to use any kind of tool to produce good quality art. So I was very blessed, and I was very happy to be able to come across this tool. And as you can see with the hair, I just kind of added in those lines because I just totally forgot after the after the fact that I, you know, transformed the image into vector lines. I just totally forgot that, hey, like you're missing like the folds and the creases of the hair on the sticker. So I'm like, all right, I'm gonna just raw dog it and just go in and just fix that up. So one of the biggest challenges is what I had was I don't have a big Copic marker or marker collection, so I was very limited in my colors, especially with the blues. Like I have like so many blues, but like I didn't want the blue for the hair to be the same blue as his outfit. So I was just looking at all these blues, my head was spinning, like everything upstairs was just blowing up. I was trying to figure out, okay, how do I make this blue different from this blue? So I busted out some prisma colors that I had. So I'm like, okay, that's different. But yeah, I was just kind of, you know, playing with that and just messing around, experimenting. Like I did a couple like the corner you can see with that dot, with the dots and stuff like that. I was just trying to figure out, okay, what blue goes with this blue? Like what's a nice transition from blue? A lot of blues, bro. A lot of blues, bro. But that's the character, so I'm gonna keep it true. Shadows of the body. Okay, so since this is my first time ever doing a power up character, like a character with like, you know, light, there's like 2 indications of light sources, which is basically around them. So it was just a lot of figuring out, like, okay, how does the light hit the body? You know, the curvature of the muscles and how the light hits the body. What shadow is it casting? Where's the core shadow? Where's the soft shadow? Where's the rim light? Where's the highlight? All of this just blow, like my head. Like it was my first time, so like at first I'm just like, okay, what is going on? Like how do I do this? So I looked up a lot of other artists on YouTube and Instagram, watched some episodes from the show, just to get a reminder. Okay, like the aura is around them, so light is hitting pretty much everywhere, and then that light creates shadows and such and such. And it was a lot. It's a lot, but that, you know, that's the whole fun of it. I ain't gonna lie, like just figuring things out, you know, studying and just trying to understand how things work on a 2-dimensional plane, and just, you know, reconfiguring your brain and just trying to make it so that it recognizes how the form should be, where things are placed, how light interacts with an object and just bringing that to 3D and bringing that to life. So I mean that's just a process. I mean, once I got comfortable with the colors I'm using, the hair was pretty easy, like this, you know, light, then a super dark, and then maybe some light blue highlights and such. My yellows, I didn't have like darker yellows. Again, I'm limited. my color selection limited, so I didn't have like super dark yellows to indicate like shadows and stuff. So I just kind of use what I had. So when adding in the layers of blues, I started to see, okay, this will pop, like this is gonna be dope. And I really like the fierce raw strokes of the marker, because I do feel like it gives it an organic feel, a very nice organic feel. That way I can just, you know, it makes it seem like there's like there's some energy to it and it's organic. Using some pastels. Of course, I tried to be cute, and then that happened. I had to cut that out. But pastels are super dope. I mean, I had to put the glove on because I didn't want to make a mess, but like they added so much, I would say, depth and texture and just a lot to the piece. And once I put the black in, that's when things really start to like, okay, you capture the idea, the concept of what you were trying to achieve with the composition, with the lights, all that. And I could have used like a dark purple or dark blue for the background, but I just played it safe and went black. So maybe when I do another Dragon Ball Z composition, I'll do that. Of course, I forgot to turn my camera on and forgot to, you know. But I added some whiteout and splashes, and after that, I was done. I was like, there's nothing more I really need to do other than go on Photoshop and, you know, tweak some things here and there. But that's it. That's the drawing. That's the completed piece. And real quick, shout out to Tom and Toonami for shouting me out on their page. Like, somebody gave me a window. I was like, yo, like, you know, submit your thing and maybe it'll get posted up. And sure enough, I did. I'm really happy about that. I think that was really, really cool, and it really pushed me as well. It definitely pushed me. So I'll definitely see you guys on the next video. Like, comment, subscribe. This is Kyrie Art, and I'm out.